Pitter patter, let's get the fuck at her. It's Joe the Bull Guy, and welcome to the bullpen. As always, we have Nicole and we have Jimbo. Hey guys, how was your weekend?
It was pretty good.
Pretty good.
It was
Pretty good.
very
That was a pretty high pitch over there.
Yes, it was. It came out of nowhere.
I hope to God you ain't like dual streaming like the interview we had this past week. I
Oh
can't.
yeah, like with manual manipulation. I was like,
Oh my God, no, she was.
Oh my goodness.
We had Lure by Attraction on, right? And we're talking about the show beforehand. Brianna, what's going on? G Morton, Andrew, welcome in. And we're talking about the show before we get in, and she all of a sudden jumped, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And she's like, "I'm dual streaming." And I went, "You dual streaming on what?" She's like, "OnlyFans." I was like, "Come again?" And she's like, "I already did." I was like, "Okay." So there went that naughty shit. So that was that. It was definitely interesting. Oh, should I put on my derby hat too? Should I? I mean, we could match one of these nights. But
Hell yeah.
I'm down. Let's talk about some shit though. Obviously, Super Bowl was this weekend, right? We were going to talk about the Super Bowl. We had a conspiracy theory on Friday that we thought was that if the Chiefs take it, it was going to be some fucking blowout. But I don't think anybody saw the Eagles win it like this. I mean, I knew, and it's funny. Somebody else had mentioned that the Eagles, I forget who else they stopped. We're going for, I think it was the Patriots. We're going for a 3-for, and the Eagles shut them down. I don't know. Maybe the Eagles are the closeout team and they just stopped the streak.
Something to think about.
Any thoughts on that? I don't know. I mean, Philly. It's definitely interesting. Let's put it that way.
It's mayhem in Philly right now.
It's nuts.
People that were coming into the deli today, and they're like, "Yeah, we kind of left because they all Xfinity where they play, they were like streaming everything and watching it, and they said as soon as it got towards the end, he goes, you could see people going, "We got to get out of here. It's time to leave. They're going to rip this town apart," and they are. And they did.
Oh, they are. They still are. They still are. 100%. This morning on the news, this guy, it was great. You want to talk about dumbass, right? He climbs up the street pole, right? And he grabs a hold of a sign. Now, I weigh 350 pounds. Jimbo, I don't know how much you weigh, but I would gather that he was in between our weight.
I'm like 265 right now.
Right. So, okay. So somewhere between you and me was this gentleman, right?
Yeah.
And he's climbing up and he grabs a hold of the street sign and it's held on by 2 fucking bolts. Well, it comes off and he goes back. And I fucking died laughing. And I was like, ooh, I hope he didn't get hurt. Meanwhile, the whole time I'm like, I hope he fucking got hurt. Because if like Nicole jumped up that pole.
Well, when they beat Washington
already,
when they beat Washington, a kid climbed up, fell, and he died from it. That was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, which is crazy. You know what I mean? And if you think about it, it's not.
There's a saying out here. They're like, as soon as they win, they're like, grease the poles. The city workers go out and grease the light poles.
So you can't climb them.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. The guy in Philly didn't fall very far, but it doesn't matter. It's concrete. It's metal. There's protruding objects. No one's really fucking watching out for you. They're, go climb. I mean, like when the Steelers won, I mean, they did that shit here. It was insanity. They flipped a fucking car.
Dude, they were doing crazy stuff in Detroit when I was here in 2014.
Gee, listen, no one's greasing your pole, bud. Well, maybe you are, but maybe Diddy might. Speaking of moronic rap stars, I mean lovely people. Let's just not, call it what it is. How about Kendrick Lamar's halftime show?
That was mind fucking blowing.
Okay, so here's the thing. I can tell Nicole is much more like she is into this. Like, what do you like Kendrick Lamar? Don't you?
I do like Kendrick Lamar. I love his humble song. Be humble, sit down. Because I learned a lot during my past life, and I became very humble, and I appreciate life better. So that song means a lot. Like, I don't know what his meaning was, my meaning, but that song I can relate on a different level. But yeah, I really do like Kendrick Lamar. I think he's really talented. I did not like his choice of outfit, though. Okay, who wears fucking flares as a man? Okay, No man should ever wear fucking flares. Okay?
What's flares?
You're fucking.
Explain them to G.
What's
Or
a
explain
flare?
it to Jimbo.
Okay, so he had these jeans on, but they were like tight fitting at the top, and then they flared out at the bottom.
Bell bottoms, brother.
Oh, bell
Like
bottoms.
bell bottoms.
Oh yeah, bell bottoms.
Kendrick Lamar was wearing bell bottoms, okay? And yes, bell bottoms and flares have come back, you know, because I mean, 90s trend is back, okay? But
No.
he's a man.
No. Look, okay. The
That was
70s. That was the 70s.
Well,
And then
70s, but the 90s, we also had flares too. I had flares in the 90s.
we had like shitty bell bottoms, like the ones in the 70s. I mean, those things they rocked them, but that was both men and women. But they also were wearing fucking platform, free love, and blah blah blah. Right in the 90s, it was more of a women's fashion statement, right? Low riders, right? Hip huggers, right? That's when that my favorite fashion trend, which I wish it would come back with, is the whale's tail. I don't know. It's just something about seeing. Listen, just as no. They poked out of the bell bottoms too. It was a 90s thing. You had the little whale's tail sticking out. She was DTF, guaranteed.
Well,
anyway,
it's funny. You mentioned boot cut, like the early 90s. There were a couple like if you got like there was one boot cut that it was almost like a bell bottom. It was so wide at the bottom.
Oh, wait a second. Hold on. It wasn't Levi and it wasn't Wranglers. It was
Dixies.
No, it was men's. It was men's, right? You're talking about men's where they like
I think it was one of Wranglers. It was like a something boot, like an extra boot cut or some kind of weird. I think it was
extra wide. Was it Wrangler or was it because I know American Eagle did it. I know American Eagle, like theirs were almost borderline women's bell bottoms.
No, actually, I think it was boot cut because they had cowboy cut, which you could pull up higher to get that was the regular cut of Wrangler jean was cowboy cut. And then when they came with the boot cut, that was
like a bottom. Let's go, G.
See, G, right? Like that's what I'm saying. The little bullseye on the back, she likes anal at that point. I'm kidding. We know that.
Yeah, Brianna, Kendrick did not act like he cared at all about the lawsuit for sure. He was loving what he was doing. I'm sorry, that was very symbolic what he did yesterday.
Green lights and child support, 100%. But you know what? All you're going to hear is that song by Crazy Town, Butterfly.
Oh my God! Well, I plays that song on repeat.
What?
The Butterfly song, because we were playing it the other day, and now it's basing out every night. Come, my lady, you're my butterfly. I swear, man,
it was a good song. I don't know if I'd want to hear it on repeat.
Little one-hit wonder.
Oh, well, speaking of one-hit wonders, apparently he took a pot shot at Drake.
Yes, he did.
Sorry. Oh, was that too much? My bad. We'll leave Rihanna out of this for now, but go ahead. What happened?
Okay, so he made a game console, like PlayStation console. So it had like the X and the zero and the triangle. Okay. And then it was like a game board, right? And then in the fans, he had like going like, warning, don't go that way. And then at the end it said game over. So, Sony owns PlayStation and Sony is Drake's label. So he was dissing Drake. And he also says in his song, you ain't like us, okay, with catch you on C Block kind of shit.
Well,
I'm sorry, I'm hyped about it because it was crazy what I was seeing. Okay, I always
listen. This is your conspiracy. I mean, my biggest takeaway
is this is me.
My biggest takeaway from the whole thing was when Taylor Swift was like booed.
Yeah,
that to me,
booed, bro.
That makes me.
She got booed.
Listen to homegirl over here. Holy shit! We brought the fucking thug hood out of fucking Michigan tonight. Hey. Let's go. All we do is mention Kendrick Lamar. She's talking about polls and C Block. I love it. I absolutely love it. Keep going. So we'll start with this though first, right? So
yes,
he had Uncle Sam, Samuel L. Jackson come out. Wait though. But let's be fair. When he came out, who really thought that was Uncle Sam? To be fair, and I'm not trying to be mean or anything.
Okay, at first I didn't know it was Uncle Sam.
Yeah, well, I thought it
looked like Uncle Sam, and I'm thinking, why Samuel L. Jackson? I didn't get it at first, but after I started seeing like the whole halftime like play out, that's when I started realizing what was really going on. They were talking about the government, talking about people being in the, different colors, the American flag,
Well,
us being
yeah,
divided, us
and
united.
we'll get to all of that. Okay,
Yeah,
but
sorry.
like,
Jumping ahead, guys. Let's go.
no, you're just look. I love the enthusiasm and rein it right there. I'm here for it.
I'll
Okay,
pull it back just a little bit.
but and Jimbo, I'm pretty sure you just saw what I wrote. Like, I don't know if I can say that or not, but you don't. Okay, fine, but that's exactly what I thought too. I couldn't help myself. I was like, this is not Uncle Sam at all. But we won't go there. But literally,
it was a play on his name.
Samuel.
Like he was wearing patriotic stuff, but he's like, "Hey, this is Uncle Sam." I was like, "Samuel."
But he was he kept telling Lamar to how to act in order to play the game.
Right. He's like too loud, too reckless, too ghetto.
And he was being like the liberal government.
That was his quote.
He was being like the government figurehead, right? Trying to stop Kendrick from spreading his message and warning, and you're right, too ghetto. The Hallmark, and they talk about this all over the news right now, was that it like reminisces about his Durango Unchained and a book that we all read in English, which I'm not going to go into, but if you didn't read that book, that I started with Uncle and had a 3-letter name in it, then you're lost. So you're gonna have to learn how to read, I guess, because I don't want to go into that. But I did think that was kind of off filter.
Yes, girl, Brianna. Yes.
Listen, the only time I've ever seen Nicole get this excited about a topic was when she threw the dildo into the wall and it stuck. Okay, like that. She looked at it for a good minute too and was like, No, I love it. I love that I love this. So, the revolution about to be televised. Apparently not televised. Well, I guess the line was from
a Gil reference at first.
It's from a Gil Scott Heron's poem in 1971 saying the revolution will not be televised. And I guess Lamar flipped it and said that it was being televised because of this. That you picked the right time, but the wrong guy.
The right guy, but the wrong time. Right guy. Yeah.
Yeah, the right time, but the wrong guy, which obviously was a backhanded slap to the president. Now your favorite. Here we go. Here's your color coordination.
Who I heard got cheered at the Super
Bowl. Right. He got cheered on like a motherfucker.
Remember when he said about the squid reference?
The Squid Game?
Squid Game. Yeah, I thought it looked like.
That's what it says, a PlayStation controller or Squid Game reference. So it could either be, they're saying it could be either or. I think it had more to do with Stoney, but I don't know.
Listen, okay, here's the problem with all of this shit lately, and we'll keep diving into this, but all of this shit is a woke critical race theory fucking agenda of trying to manipulate people. Like, I get that you had Easter eggs. What happened to fucking Just Singing and Janet Jackson's nipple falling out? Where did we go to Taylor Swift is king or queen or whatever the fuck she wants to be today, Apache attack helicopter, whatever, to Lamar doing the Bloods, Crips, and the KKK?
I mean, what he didn't say was, he said this isn't for entertainment. I mean, he did warn us.
Then why the hell are we watching it on one of the
for entertainment?
For entertainment. No, I get it. Yeah. I mean, at first I'm like, oh, his music's great, but I never read into him that far.
Well, see, and that's the problem.
Neither has anybody else.
Anybody else who's watched this shit.
Like, there's nobody that watched that.
Was crazy. I think everyone was mind blown, right?
To perform for didn't get it, if that's what the meaning was.
Right. They saw the imagery, and that's the problem with a lot of stuff, is that the subliminal imagery. And so I was talking to somebody about this, about a movie that I watched, and it was like, oh, my lesbian parents. And I was like, why the fuck did they have to say that? Just show the two fucking people. You know what I mean? That's just me personally. I don't know.
A choice of how they want to use words to put in. That was my whole thing with NPR. I used to listen to NPR a lot. And then about 10 years ago, it really started bad, to where they were strong on mentioning certain types. Like when you would and then you go to another station and it was just like, hey, this person did this and this person, like, I'm like, they're trying to fill an agenda that's not there. You know what I mean? They're trying to invoke something that
look here, but this is
right.
Yeah. Watch here while we do this shit. But also it goes
for generations was known as like it's national
news.
It's free television. It's like you could go there for like an even report on things and a fair and balanced.
Yeah. And they don't do that anymore. Well, also had Sesame Street too.
Yeah.
It was trying to teach people shit. Now they're trying to make sure that people don't have their fucking brain. But that kind of goes into a lot of the stuff that Nicole was talking about earlier when we were talking about this. But the all game motif, let's get back into this because I know Nicole loves, she's absolutely loving this. So let's keep going. So this was the little comeback to the games and the rules. Like Lamar's was performing one of the biggest games of the year, right? That's what this is. Second, the stage was performed in a shape that was like the buttons of the PlayStation controller saying game over at the end. Yes. He did say to Lamar created his vision. He told Shelley Roberts of Wired. I think the video game theme was symbolistic, his way of reaching out to young people, a lot to show their journey about traveling through the American dream. Looking at this, it really didn't seem like it was an American dream. It seemed like it was more of a slap in the face, which again goes back to why are we doing this shit when it's supposed to be entertainment? I mean, hell, the National Football League is an entertainment industry, just like fucking wrestling. So what the hell? Now, the American flag. Go ahead. Well, I'm sorry.
Tax exempt.
Right. That's tax exempt. Like, ain't that some shit? I'm over here struggling, and Uncle Sam's about to bend me over a barrel like Diddy and D Block, and I got to freaking deal with this shit while the NFL is completely tax exempt. It's horseshit. Anyway.
They also had the Gaza flags as well, the Palestine and the Gaza. Remember all that stuff was going on or it's still going on. And they also, two guys brought out the flags. So that was also another diss on these other countries as well. Or making us divided. I think it had something to do with the divided part.
It had to do with the liberal agenda is basically what it came down to. It was that they were, it's just
Trump, kind of.
It was, I mean, and that this was going to end up being like a slap in the face. Like Kendrick Lamar, he had all of his dancers wear red, white, and blue, like you were saying, like the American flag, with them split down the middle. Yes. Exactly what he's trying to do.
End, but they were divided in the beginning.
Right, but the symmetry and the imagery that he's portraying is that we're dividing it. Let's divide it. This is the right side. That's the wrong side. Again, hence the reason people booed for Taylor Swift and cheered for Donald Trump. It's completely like 20 dancers were in the car. I watched a dude get chased and arrested with the flag. I mean, it's crazy. I don't know. Like the more you look into it, I guarantee you, like this lawsuit, all this shit, it's there's gonna be a lot more. You watch, the Illuminati's involved in this shit or some nonsense. So that's what we'll find out. But
if it's an agenda that is trying to be put out there to be that the revolution is coming, who is bringing it? The couple dozen Congress people, far left Congress people that got denied access to the education building.
Oh, I would
security guard.
I wanted to talk about that so bad.
Who's afraid of anything?
Did you see the one? Did you see that one? We pay your salary. Show him your ID, Charles. Show him. And he pulls his leather glove off all gently, tucks it under his arm, opens his and shows his car. I'm like, dude's over here with a Band-Aid that looks like a pack of zebra striped gum when we were kids, stuck to his goddamn neck going, I'm a private contractor and you have no business here. You can't come in. You saw 30 of these motherfuckers pissed off outside of the Department of Education.
Somewhere on social media, they're like, they kept asking for his name. What's your name? I pay your salary. What's your name? And they said his name is Big Balls.
Dude, I give that dude credit. But like, and that's the thing though, right? So they're showing this, with Lamar with the American flag, like General T. Sherman, the Special Order 15 that gave newly freed slaves Confederate land in the South. Like they were showing, especially he rapped about the 40 acres and a mule. That's what he was referencing. So he did a lot of reference to like basically this imagery of like the war is coming, right? So, you had the jacket that read Gloria, right? I don't know. What about his outfit? Let's talk. You liked his outfit, right, Nicole?
No, I didn't. I fucking hated it. You're so stupid. But do you realize that he was wearing every color though? He wore blue, he had red on, and he had all colors.
Well, and
that's that, and then everyone else was divided in once united. I'm like one single color, and he was in all colors.
And some people over at Newsbreak are saying that they believe like the red was for, like the gangs, right? So you had the Bloods, the Crips, and the KKK, which to me is outstanding. And Jim, I know we talked about this earlier. It was like, it is such a fucking like, they're not even in I don't know. They exist, but
but it's so what's the word? They're just so
deflated.
It's a group that is, I'm sure they are still around.
Yeah.
But they're so antiquated and meaning, like they never had a purpose, by the way.
Right.
Like they never had a legit purpose.
Mission.
It was all bullshit. It was all racist, and I'm 100% against it. But they're so insignificant. Like why do people still?
I didn't even
like. Don't even give them their name out there on a platform. Like they're so insignificant of people.
But that's what they're trying to say, right? So he had.
And I'm talking about the KKK. So
no, I understand that, but that's what they're saying. Like the colors associated were like the red were the Crips, were the Bloods, the Crips were the blue, and then the white was the KKK, which I think is ridiculous. Even if it was the case, it's just your stupidity anyway, right? And then he had Gloria written on his back, which is a reference to a Sia song, which he reported a change of the lowercase a instead of an uppercase
for A minor.
It's in his song. A minor. Right, not like us, right? So like also his company PG Lang. They were talking about the duet. Is this what we're talking about with Serena Williams?
Yeah, Serena Williams was dressed in blue, and she was doing the Crip Walk, but she was also like rising people up.
Okay.
And she supposedly dated Drake. But it's rumor, but supposedly yes. So why would he have Serena if she didn't have anything? He dissed him twice on stage last night. He dissed him in 2 songs, Drake. Not Like Us and the other one. I think it's Humble.
Oh yeah, Brianna. Yeah, they're around. They're around here. But nobody pays them any attention. Like nobody gives them.
That's what we're saying.
They would get in a lot of trouble for fucking people up these days, I think. Right?
She also danced, and her half sister was killed by a Crip, I hear. I heard that too, which is interesting because if she's wearing blue, right, it signifies the Crips. Her sister died from the Crips.
I don't know. That's something I don't even know about.
Right, but she also used to do the Crip dance after all of her tennis matches, and she used to get in a lot of trouble for there. There was a lot of controversy about her doing that after she would win her matches because she's was a tennis player, or it's still, I don't know. That was awesome. I went down the rabbit hole today, okay, and I could not escape it.
You couldn't help yourself.
I must have went down every single hole there was on TT. And I didn't do that kind of shit, but I did.
I'm glad you did, because you're right. It was I Hear You Like 'Em Young. Well, Hey Drake, I Hear You Like 'Em Young was one. of the
but he did not say pedophile. He did avoid it, but everyone in the stage are.
Well, I mean, you like them young. That pretty much signifies that.
You want to see Black Tied Your Sisters,
right? And then Serena, not only is she from Compton, right, but she also dated Drake, which was another layer to that as well.
Right.
Drake's lawsuit against Universal Music Group promoting "They're Not Like Us." I mean, it's his famous. Is that his most famous song this year?
What, Not Like Us? Yes.
Yeah. It's
last year was, I believe it was Humble was a really popular song, but it was Not Like Us. Everyone was using on TT.
I don't know. Either way, like my thing with this is simply put, the past couple of years of the halftime show really took away from what it was supposed to be, which was the pageantry, the excitement, celebrating two teams. Yeah, he won an award from it. Okay. But that's the thing. What? Gee, whose dad is Will Smith? Serena Williams? That's I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not making that claim. But it's really just it kind of just pisses you off a little bit because you used to have like when I was a kid, they had music, they had the commercials. The commercials were great.
Really quick, there's a couple comments. He won awards for it. He won a Grammy, actually. Yeah, the movie, LOL. He won. So is this the same organization that gave Beyonce Country Artist of the Year?
Probably.
So there's zero
credibility
in any awards that he's won.
I mean, but again, like, here's my thing. I'm not here to knock whether he's a good singer or not, or he's a good music artist or whatever. The point is that Beastie Boys told a story. Wu-Tang Clan told a story, right? You had Dr. Dre, you had Snoop Dogg. They told a story. Eazy-E, like you had Ice Cube, Ice-T. You had these rappers that told a fucking story. Nowadays, the artists, they pick the fucking side that they want to support because they think that it's going to come out on top. And that's what they're doing. Like his whole beef with Drake, he encouraged a deeper meaning of his performance about cultural unrest, the racial and political tension, and the racial injustice. That's what his message was. And that's what he said that it was about, was his halftime show. When did it just not become about the fucking pageantry? Like the fireworks, the fucking confetti everywhere, how they move the stage. Like I used to watch.
Last year's halftime was great. It was Usher. I was jamming. I loved it.
Oh, I'm not. Listen, I'm sure you dropped.
Year was the one. I remember watching the one when Snoop Dogg was on it, Dr. Dre was on it, and they all had like sections during the halftime show.
Yeah, it seemed longer.
Was that like 3 or 4 years ago?
Something like
that was really good.
But that's what I'm saying. Where the fuck is
really good? They all like brought back like their old school big songs and they did them.
Yeah, but where do you see that anymore?
It's a shame because that was only just I think a couple years ago.
I think it was like 5 or 6 years ago. They should have monster trucks. No, they should not have monster trucks. No.
Sponsored by Copenhagen.
Yeah, sponsored by. We should have PBR running in the middle of the fucking field. That's it. Oh my God. Speaking of PBR, someone bought me a PBR at the show tonight. Like a legit PBR. Who the fuck drinks Pabst Blue Ribbon anymore? Anybody? Jimbo's like, it's me.
No, I don't.
But they're like, listen, man, we got you a tall boy. And I was like, oh, that's real nice of you. And he's like, it even came in the fancy can. And I was like,
I don't want that PBR. I want some Bush.
Right. Yeah, fuck. Yes, the halftime shows was amazing. I dropped it like it was hot in the living room with my husband. Oh, I don't doubt it.
But they also never mind. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I don't know where we at in the halftime show because I don't want to stop. I was jumping to it. Oh, wait.
No, you're good. I was just
at the end. I guess in the end they're trying to say that Kendrick Lamar wants to put the nail in the coffin. He's ready to like call it quits. That's why he said game over in the audience.
Oh, what he's calling quits from singing?
No, like the whole Drake beef. You know what I mean? He wants to just
he wants to drive.
He also said, the revolution is about to be tough. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy. He's trying to tell people rise up. Like I don't want to end. I'm done with this drama with Drake, but I also know that we got to rise up for America.
Oh my Jesus Christ! Listen, they're acting like this is like the Tupac Biggie fucking. That was beef. Okay, they literally shot each other. These idiots are. I fucked your girl. Well, are you grow the fuck up? And then we're gonna. Let's do. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I'm gonna
exactly. He did 2 say. Yeah, I don't know. Crazy.
I
was not calling it quits.
No, Ice got hung out of a building for the rights to his music.
Right? Remember that shit? Like, here's my thing. Right, and Bree, I agree with you. I don't think that it was calling it quit. I think it was pissing in the wind is what he was doing. He was hoping not to get wet while he peed into a hurricane. Like, for fuck's sake, they do this shit so that they become more relevant again. Janet Jackson had a titty slip. Why? Because she was becoming irrelevant. But her titty came out, and I'll tell you what, who the fuck puts bedazzled jewelry around your titty if you're not gonna if no one's gonna see it? You play, Jimbo.
Put your hand out, Jimbo.
Listen, no one's talking about your Jacob ladder over there, okay? And if you don't know, go look it up. But anyway, just to say, there's many stairs there. It's about 96. But the point is, like, you know what I mean? Like, who the fuck does that? What was the other? Who was the other one? It was Janet Jackson, and it was
Justin Timberlake did it.
Justin Timberlake did it to her, but who was the other one that had a titty slip?
I don't know.
This motherfucker.
I don't remember who.
Hey, speak for yourself. Listen, Bree, I don't know if you put jewelry on your Pee Wee Herman. He did that in a movie theater, bud. That was a different story. That's why he's not allowed to run near children's parks. I don't even know if he's still alive or not, Paul Rubin.
No, he died a couple years ago.
Did he? Thank Jesus. There's a special spot in hell with him right next to Diddy when he gets there. But no, you're right. And there's a lot of shit that is going on with this that is like in the background, right? Like this, it's all a show. Let's force this down. But yet Trump got a standing ovation.
Oh, and then Taylor Swift got a major diss. Okay.
Okay, let's hear it, Valley Girl, because you seem like you're really.
No, I don't know. That's all I know. I just know she got dissed, and they only showed her once.
Well, I mean, who gives?
But like, who follows her? Like, I've got 2 teenage daughters, and they're like, "No, we don't like Taylor Swift."
I mean, I like some of her music, but my 12-year-old doesn't like her either anymore. She likes Billie Eilish.
That's my 13-year-old. That's like her.
Okay, but Billie wasn't even popular a minute ago, and then now she became popular again. Because she came out with that new song. That's why.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know. I guess everyone just doesn't like. Why don't people like Taylor Swift? I don't know what the drama behind that is. But
here's the fucked up part. I met Taylor Swift.
She's
amazing. She's very talented. She writes her own music.
She's a snob. I've met her. I met her before she.
Personally.
Listen,
here's people from Philly don't like her because she keeps telling people she's from Philly, and they're like,
she grew up here. She grew up literally 20 minutes from where I fucking live now.
You're not from Philly.
Listen, when I was working at the country bar back in the day, I used to do freelance security. We did it for a bar that was out right near my house, which I'm not going to say. And I met the 17-year-old Taylor Swift, who was stuck up then. So everybody, and here comes the Swiftie, he's going to come for my fucking nuts or whatever. Bring it on. But the point of the matter was that I met her. She was a snob then. I don't know what she's like now. Maybe she changed. Maybe she hit 22 and became a whole new woman. I don't fucking know. I don't care.
My sister's like a big drinker.
Well,
my sister follows her. My sister's in her mid-20s.
But here's the thing, though. I do know people love her to death, and I know that she is a symbol for a lot of people. And I'm not trying to tear that symbol away from people, right? I'm just saying, me personally, I'm not a fan. Like,
she has bad blood. Oh my god, you're doing it for one of her songs.
Yeah.
Today on the radio driving to work, someone said they're like, "Well, with Kansas City's lost."
Brianna, you are very knowledgeable.
They say, "Well, guess we're ready for another Taylor Swift breakup song now."
Right? Yeah. Ain't that
for a while though? Do you remember how many guys she dated?
1 year. She's been with him for 1 year since the last Super Bowl. Literally 1 year.
That's it.
That's it.
So somebody put on here they only showed her once this time. Well, there was a Vegas over/under of how many times she was going to be shown on television. They said during the playoff game, it was like 12 times a game. So the over/under was like 6.5 on how many times she was going to be. You could bet on it.
Well, and it's funny because like the fact that we're betting on that is, I remember the first one. The camera cut to her every time. Every time it was like, and what's Taylor Swift doing? And what's Taylor? Bro, I'm trying to watch football.
Right.
I don't give a shit what she's doing in the private box.
She was at every game. Wasn't she at every game of his this year?
I don't know.
Maybe out of contractual obligation. Maybe I don't know. That's my. I'm just making a joke. right? You have to go to every game or you don't get anything. No, but it is because of her controversy with the drama against Trump, because she's very outspoken against Trump. So very outspoken, which is why a lot of people don't like her. In that regard, me personally, like I said, I had an interaction with her. I didn't think she was all that in a bag of chips, but is her music okay? Can she sing? Sure, 100%. Do I think she's a better performer than Kendrick Lamar? 1,000%. That's just me personally.
Yeah, gee, I could see that.
No.
Gee. Yeah. Hey,
He did.
I seen that. GS is the podcast on Amazon Music. You couldn't find it if it was.
Yeah, you have to look at it under AGT, the AGT network. Now, yes, Blake Lively.
I love her.
Blake Lively, goddamn. Listen, I'm jealous of her of two reasons. One, she gets to sleep next to Ryan Reynolds, and two, because Ryan Reynolds gets to sleep next to her. I said it. Yeah. No, on Amazon and Spotify, you have to type in the AGT network.
It doesn't work. I tried it with the AGT network.
The AGT network?
Yeah. Alexa, play the AGT network.
What's going on? How are you?
You have to go under the podcast section. It's not a song. So you have to go under the podcast portion to do that. Blake could shit in my bed and I wouldn't even bat an eye. Facts.
Damn, G, all right.
G's like, I'll do a hot Carl. Let's go. You love Jim's hat, Kathleen? Everybody loves Jim's hat. Makes him look very Irish and wiry. Isn't that how you say it? Wiry.
From, that was the Welsh kicker from he's like, real skinny, aren't you? He's like, no, I'm wiry.
And wiry from the Replacements.
He's like, you're what?
Wiry. He's wiry. Yeah, wiry.
He'd go out with a cigarette to kick the ball. He's like,
well, I loved how the Italian gangsters were pressuring him for fucking the bet that he made. That was the best part. But yeah, so like, and here's the thing. Like I said, I'm not trying to ruin anybody's idea of Kendrick Lamar or the Swiftie Nation, because God only knows, you'll get canceled quick as fuck with that.
I had to look up who Kendrick Lamar is.
He's been around for a while. He came out like when Drake came out.
I know, you fucking lie. You definitely know who this is. Really? You don't offhand? You don't know who he is?
No, I knew he was on the halftime show. So when they said Kendrick Lamar, I swear to God, and people were laughing at it. I didn't mean it to be funny. I was like, why is he doing a halftime show? They're like, well, what do you mean? I go, isn't that the dude that played basketball that was married to one of the Kardashians? And they're like, no.
Oh my God.
Go, his name sounds really.
Look, did you hear Travis Scott? She's just like, there it is. Look, now we know what we got to do. Nicole, you're in charge of pop culture from now on. That's what we got. Jimbo's a conspiracy. You're pop culture. I'm just the dumbass in the corner. Yeah, I guess that's what we'll go with that. Lamar Odom. Oh, was that who it was? Lamar Odom? I don't fucking know. Look, I thought Lamar.
Lamar actually was with not that Kardashian, the older, but the one.
Yeah, there's too many fucking Kardashians at this point.
The older one. And you're right. That was a basketball. Actually, Travis Scott did never play basketball. But
so I wasn't that far off.
No,
you weren't.
Chloe. Yeah, Kathleen said it was Chloe.
Yeah, I'm fucked up. It was Chloe. Yes.
Oh,
yes, Brianna, you are my research nemesis. Wait, is that right?
Ally.
That no, wait, nemesis is bad, isn't it?
Nemesis is bad. That means you and her are fighting.
Better? What's you are my
partners, colleague.
PI.
My partner in crime, my go-to, my homie, my G.
Yes, my go-to, Brianna. Let's go.
There you
Chloe's
go.
The one that was OJ Simpson's daughter, right?
Listen, I have not.
What are you doing, Ralph?
No, not OJ Simpson. It was the lawyer's kid.
That was the lawyer that did the OJ Simpson case.
Johnny Cochran. What, you think OJ popped that kid out?
Mm-hmm. Dude, she looks just like his other kids. You never seen that picture?
No, never.
Like lamb and tuner.
I am about to get. Okay, well,
Peter Patter, let's get at her.
Maybe it's me or maybe it's Maybelline.
That was
but
a sign to stop. I just cracked both of my knuckles on the table. I was like,
the horrible shit I want to say, not to you, just in general about that whole statement.
Oh my God, gee!
I'm gonna use that for. I mean, it could be OJ's kid. You never know. You never know.
Maybe.
You
I
never
just
know.
watched, guys. They have his trial on Netflix. If you guys want to watch it,
go to
Yeah,
the
OJ's
only
whole thing.
reliable Google
It's
and
all like a
Google the
theory,
pictures
a
of them
series.
together, like OJ's kids and her. Like they.
Yeah, I gotta look it up.
I don't. Listen, that's a whole Brianna. That's a whole different conspiracy theory right there. Wait, they go together like lamb and tuna fish. What the fuck? What am I missing in the comments? Geez, definitely OJ's. Okay, maybe
Kathleen, what's your hat? Kathleen's like, you need to wear my hat. What hat?
I don't know. We're just gonna let it go. Or is she asking for you to wear her like a hat?
Yeah, baby.
So here's a shameless plug for tonight. Gee, you and me both, brother. Anyway, you guys know how much Red Bull and coffee and shit that I drink and how much crap I ingest that's caffeine related. Aimbot is this stuff that I got off TikTok. Did I remember I showed you this stuff? Came in these little vials. Okay. Dude, I'm not kidding. This shit works. I don't know what the fuck it's made with. They're sending me gummies. They have gummies for this shit. But it legitimately fucking works. No crash, no nothing. And it tastes good. You got to try this. If y'all struggle like I do, go pick this up. And I'm not pushing my TikTok shit. Like, you know me, I don't talk about the TikTok shop. I don't give a shit. I like, I got this from TikTok and roll on. That shit I'm actually Aimbot. No, it's not. That's not Carl's sex toy. Aimbot, that was Fembot. Carl named it Hannah. We found out it's named Hannah. Right.
Hannah.
Yeah, exactly. It's but Jesus Christ, she just fell the fuck out. But I mean, also,
that's funny.
Wow, mind blown. I'm dead.
Kathleen, no, Carl, what you
gotta be like this. We changed.
We're all over the place.
We're not talking about toys. No.
Kathleen, so here's what ended up happening.
From our earlier podcast shows that we did.
Right. We do Freaky Fridays here and there. And one of the shows where we're talking about adult toys. And one of the owners of the network, Carl, comes on in the private comment section we have here, right? And he's showing dolls, sex dolls, like that actually move and suction and he warm up and talk and look, like dad, and then, like, you could pick the hair and do you want a bush? Do you not want a bush? Do you want it to have right? Exactly. So it's like $28,000.
Yeah.
Well, he starts going into details that you can't really find on the website. That was the problem. Okay. Where he's like, well, you could have it in a V-shaped bush, or you could have it in a landing strip, or you could have a hairy asshole. And I'm sitting here going, how the fuck do you know that you could have hair installed on? Because I'm on the website at this point. I'm like $2,800. Like, what the fuck are you buying here? Like, this is literally how Scott.
Or is it synthetic?
Like,
it says it's Remy hair. Whatever.
Oh, that's real hair.
That's gross. That makes it even weirder that he wants it on the asshole. I don't know.
From somebody's head. Now it's on their bush.
On the asshole. He had it on the asshole. That's the craziest.
They have a hairy ass.
Well, that's the thing. On the fucking customizable website, you can't. It doesn't talk about it. Well, we're talking about assholes. I mean, Lamar, Swift,
guys, my ass is off limits.
Look, Jim's like, mine is smoother than a baby's bottom. Wow.
You ain't getting no hair from me for no doll's butthole.
Yes, let's go.
Listen, he spit on that thing and said it was skin so soft.
Chewy.
Look, honestly, she just brought in Octua.
Nice.
Why do I feel like Yosemite Sam in this group sometimes?
Dude, I heard my daughter say that today. I got very upset. She got in trouble.
What, Octua or Yosemite Sam?
No, she said hot too. I'm like, what? No.
Okay, and what reference?
Smooth as a seal, dressed like a seal.
I don't know. She was on virtual reality, so
listen, we're leaving Seal out of this. Nobody wants to talk about Scarface.
Yeah, Nicole, I would have had an issue too.
I would have slapped
out of one of my daughter's mouths. I've been like, oh, yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
Your phone.
Got a lot of trouble.
Here's my thing with it. You're on virtual reality. What the fuck are you saying Hawk 2 on virtual reality? Could you imagine, like, your partner takes this shit, like, as an adult? Obviously, we're moving to adults, like me, Jim, Nicole, and you go to walk in, and your partner's sitting there with these. Hold on a second. I actually have. These aren't VR glasses. These are headache glasses.
It looks very similar.
It looks similar, right? Looks very similar, right? So they have this shit on, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yep,
right?
exactly. That's what she looks like.
And they're sitting here, and imagine you walk in. Imagine you walk in and you see your wife doing this. Now you don't know what the fuck she's doing, but she's going like this. Like, explain to me why this is on a video game. Now, the reason I bring the up,
if I walked in and my wife was doing that, I'm sneaking up behind her.
Yo, listen, my buddy did not do that to his wife.
I'm not sure what my daughter was doing, but she got in a lot of trouble. And if it happens again, there will be consequences. And now I have to monitor her while she's on it. So I have to be on my phone while she's through it. But
well, I mean,
it's just she probably was hanging out with some older kids and they learned it from TikTok or something from social media. And now it's a funny reference. That's what she said. She said, I didn't say it to anyone directly, Mom. I just said it.
Either way,
I got things going on in my head.
Monitoring it is a good thing. My buddy, when he saw his wife doing that, got really freaked out. And then when he put it on, it was some kind of eating. Dude, it was an eating contest thing. It was a virtual reality eating contest. When he put it on,
reality where you can lay in beds and be like people.
Yeah.
Like Sims.
Yeah. What do you think Carl's doing when he has the robot?
It's an eating dick contest.
Yeah, but the thing that worries me is there's children on the Oculuses.
I understand that. That's the problem.
Even with the parental controls, they're still getting access into other things.
Kathleen, I need this game.
Anyway.
Kathleen's like, I need this game. And G Morton, obviously it was a shake weight for sure. No, but it's true though. But that's the thing, whether it be the internet, YouTube, because YouTube, you can restrict shit all you want. Shorts, they can see whatever they want. It's hysterical, and it leads it right back to the page.
My friends' kids' parents always said, "Oh, YouTube Reels are so much better than TikTok," and I'm like, "No, but no."
Half of my fucking TikToks are on Reels.
They're the exact same stars or creators putting it on YouTube.
I didn't put any of my shit on YouTube.
Mine was on there, and I'm talking about drugs and alcohol.
People have stolen my shit and put it on here.
The Reels that are coming off of Instagram.
Oh,
like full.
They're naked.
They're naked.
Hannah, live.
Listen, forget that. Forget that you could smoke. I don't care about the weed. Put the weed aside. Who gives a shit about that? That's it, it's a plant, and if you so happen to set it on fire, you get a little stoned. Fuck you, Alexa. Stop listening. Put the weed aside. These bitches are literally sitting there and they're going, and whole titty out. Here's the problem. All of it. But here's my problem. I have no shirt on, and I get banned on Instagram. Now, why? Because I'm a hairy, man-titted, humidity fucking individual?
You're an animal. That's fine.
I'm an animal.
She said you're an animal.
With the nose crinkle, too. What the fuck am I supposed to take that seriously?
You're an animal.
Oh, my God.
We talked about furries last time, right? They're actually...
The fuck? I'm not wearing a mask.
I'll do an animal.
Just because I'm hairy. Jimbo's like, I'm in. I volunteer. Volunteers at tribute over there. No, but truthfully though, it's fucking out. The sheer stupidity. I mean, look at the chat rooms when we were kids. Look at the internet when we were kids.
ASL was the biggest thing on those chats. Age, sex, and location.
Right, because no one wanted to go. Because are you serious? It wasn't anal slut's lick, if that's what you thought it was. It was age,
Some people thought
location, and
that.
sex.
Some
No,
people
ATM.
control your ass.
ATM.
Animal, it just starts playing in the background by Nickelback. More accurately, something in your mouth might be playing. That's why I'm 350 pounds. But the point is, you just sent G into a tizzy. You realize that by doing the little growl and the scratch thing. He's probably over there like, ooh, let's go. But yeah, no, it's just the Instagram shit's off the fucking hook. Clapper was always bad. That's always been fucking horrendous. You're good, but you're a lesbian trapped in a man's body. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you and me both, brother. You and me both. Listen, I eat it worse than like somebody with Down syndrome and on bath salts. I said it. Anyway, yeah, it's fucked up. I know, but it is what it is. Think about it, though.
I
Like-
mean,
Right? I'm just,
yeah, I get it.
you know, it is what it is. I'm just whatever. I mean, for fuck's sake.
It
you know,
rhymed, guys. It rhymed.
well, I was gonna say retard on bath salts, but no one likes the word retard anymore.
No. I guess
Right, it's horrible. Right.
No.
So I figured, okay, well, you got I saw the worst meme earlier. The worst meme. It said Robert Downey Jr.
Row.
Yeah. That was
I
terrible.
know.
Clapper is for those folks. No, Clapper is for those people that are like, I hate to say this.
I'm not
Clapper's
Clapper.
like the I'm still gonna say it anyway, Nicole. I love you to death. But Clapper, it's like Michael J. Fox eating ice cream. But no, Clapper is like the trailer park version. It's like Florida.
Trailer
It's
park.
Florida.
trash.
It's Florida for the United States. That's Clapper. Clapper is to Florida as TikTok is to the rest of the United States. That's how I look at it. And now you have Instagram coming right behind, which is Ohio and Jersey fucked and had a love child. We're gonna call that, I don't know, Guam.
I like it.
It works.
It works. There you go. It works.
I'll bet she makes a clap. Gee.
Hey.
Listen, that's the question of the day. Is it maybe we'll have to auction off that one day. No, I'm kidding. The chair.
Guys, my
The
chair is
chair,
still
but-
available. I'm using a different chair at the moment. But
Yeah, so we've got a chair at the
We actually-
moment. We should. We did. Actually, I'm
we
wondering
could
if
probably
we
use
try
it
to
for the podcast.
I'm thinking about it. We definitely could. But with all of this being said, back to this whole football conspiracy and Kendrick Lamar drama, which
Yeah, not
It's just-
entertainment, but I was symbolizing.
well, it really just goes back to show how manipulative people can be, how our young folks are influenced by who they think is popular.
Right,
Like,
by the industry, by music, by fashion, by it all.
But that's always been that way, right? Like
Yes.
everybody's always been
We
influenced
looked
by
at
something.
magazines. We had the Teen
Well,
Pop magazines, Teen
but
Vogue, Cosmo.
Think about what that did to you guys, though. Our generation had the
Yeah, all the
largest
girls
eating
were
dis-
really skinny and pretty.
They
Fuck you,
had
bitches.
pretty and skinny. Every single one of them pretty much had an eating disorder. Think that's what happened
Yeah.
in our generation. The generation before was the free love, hairy armpits, the bush out the wazoo. Let's smoke pot and have orgies. I mean, sounded
Yes.
like a great error. We fucked up somewhere, but
Woodstock.
and then. Well, look, I went to Woodstock 94. That was a blast. Let me tell you. Joe, you are saying we shouldn't want to in the face at the
Two
same
dicks
time.
in your face.
No, Kathleen, if you wanted, do two, I mean, that's perfectly fine. There's 5 holes if you think about it.
I did judge his flare jeans. Yes,
Just look, Kathleen, here's my question to you. Do you feel like 5 guys? So what do
Yeah.
you want on your burger?
They got the best French fries.
Right? But how do we know that's what we're talking about?
but you guys have 5 guys in your state too.
Yes, we have 5 guys at the restaurant. I'm
Yes,
talking
talking
about
the 5 guys.
5
restaurant.
guys that way. 2
Oh.
hands, a mouth, a hole. We do have 5 guys at the restaurant too.
That's a good
except-
restaurant.
Nicole is judging him on the thing. $20 is $20, man. Charisse
Sorry,
comes
man.
out.
You got
Cheers.
wearing flares.
My ears ain't getting touched.
I will definitely not call you a man for wearing flares.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, holy shit. This went off the fucking rails tonight, didn't it? It was
What's a
fun
good
though.
thing Carl wasn't here, fucking Carl.
No, if
Guys,
Carl
this is
was,
all fun and entertainment. We're having fun.
yeah, no one's out. Like, I mean, other than Kendrick Lamar and his lawsuit that's about to fucking happen, but
Right.
um,
I'm
and
the one that wanted to
Carl-
do the Super Bowl topic.
Oh, my
listen, when she came in, she's like, "I want to talk about the Super Bowl." I was like, "Let's fucking go! I'm game. Let's hear it." I am kind of glad though, like Carl wasn't chiming in the background tonight because I just kind of feel like he'd be sitting there creepily with like Kendrick Lamar poster on one wall and then Taylor Swift on the other, and just kind of not knowing which one to look at. And then Nicole doing the rire, he might have just fucking short circuited his laptop. That would have been another laptop we would have had to buy that went to waste. It's Jimbo's fault. He thought Lamar Odom was performing. Well, I mean, at least he didn't think it was. At least he didn't think it was Beckham. Well, what the fuck was his name?
David Beckham.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's a soccer
God.
player.
Well, it's football somewhere, right? I don't know.
Oh, that is football in England. It's like their football.
Well, that's what they call football
Yeah.
because
it's
they
like
play it with their foot.
soccer, yeah.
But rugby is. Just,
I used to like Arsenal.
You used to like Arsenal.
That's
Really?
the team. It was Arsenal. They were red. I dated a guy that really was into them.
Fair. Well, I'm going to tell you I'm a West Ham United fan.
All right.
That
I'm
should,
an Arsenal fan.
well, I mean,
Go red, baby.
you know what? I want to ask you a question. Could you name one of the players on Arsenal right now?
I could not name you because I dated a guy and I literally was just laying there when he was watching it. But I know Arsenal. I know there's Manchester United or something. I don't.
Well,
I'm
you
not-
have
I'm not saying I'm
Manchester
an expert
United.
in it.
Well, Arsenal's biggest rival is Manchester United, right?
Exactly.
Now-
I knew that. See, I went with Manchester secondly.
right? West Ham United
And
is
they usually
completely
play
off.
at 7 in the morning on Saturday and Sunday mornings because I would be all hungover after drinking wine with this motherfucker. And we would be up at 7 a.m. watching this shit.
Best view on streamboo.com. Remove the space.
Right.
We just got spammed. That's good.
I mean, yeah, that's awesome. Cool.
Cool.
I don't know
Look
the
at that.
problem. I mean, hey, cool. Why not? I don't know if there's
Tomorrow.
I don't even know what that means. Steamboat.
I don't know. Listen, I have a feeling that it's probably something inappropriate. Anywho, that's okay.
And we do not talk about anything inappropriate here.
No, God, no.
No.
We talk. This is a wholesome show. Okay, listen.
We're humble.
Look, we humble. We read the Bible. These fingers are
Hey,
for
be
turning the
humble.
pages
Sit
of
down.
good Lord. These are for making her call Jesus. All
No,
I'm
that's
gonna.
more for manual manipulation.
These ones, not these. These are for the Lord. These are for everything else. I will say this though,
Well,
and I'll leave you with a final thought before.
okay,
Carl.
I like girls too. How do you know I'm not doing these two fingers and not those other two fingers?
Look, you do you, boo boo. What the fuck? I'm not judging how you doing things. Jim was over here with the shotgun.
Ew, you're
tossing.
not putting that on the stinker.
He's tossing fucking salad over here. But I'll leave you with this thought before we go, okay? Other than the fact that you guys are amazing human beings. Other than the fact that you guys are amazing human beings and tomorrow is a better day with you in it, just remember Jesus Christ, pictures, Christmas ornaments, and Jeffrey Epstein all have in common. None of them hung themselves. So just keep that in mind. Now, Carl, take the belt off of your neck and stop.